Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is my 2008 Evo 10 GSR, and today we're going to be doing a 3-year review of the car. I'm going to go over things to look for if you're in the market for one, things to like about the car, things I learned about the car. And I'm doing this because I may be parting ways with the car now. It's been 3 years with it. I've really enjoyed it, and I want to make this video for anyone out there in the market for one, or perhaps you just really like him and want to learn more about him. So I know one common question that people have about the Evo 10 is, what's the difference between the Evo and the regular Lancer? And I had the same question back when I had a Lancer before I even really got into the Evo 10 that much. I really had no idea what the differences were. So aesthetically, one difference is the Evo 10 is a little bit wider. The rear fenders and the front fenders are wider on the car. You also have that rear diffuser right there, along with the wing. This is actually a little bit higher than the GTS. But I think the biggest change on the body is going to be the fenders. If you ever compare an Evo 10 versus like an Evo GTS, you're going to notice that this one is a little bit wider. Another difference are the fenders. They have these inserts right here on each one, and again, they are wider than the regular Lancer. And if we come to the front, this part right here is black on the Evos, and it also has the different hood. And the wheels are different as well. Overall, the Evos just look a lot more aggressive than a regular Lancer. It's wider, it looks meaner, it's faster. And this is actually what made me want to buy an Evo. It's because I used to own a regular Lancer GTS, and I always just wanted more power, and I wanted it to look a little bit more aggressive. I know that if you're watching this and you own a regular Lancer, you can relate, especially if it's automatic. It's just really slow. You put the pedal all the way down and it doesn't do anything. But don't get me wrong, I do like Lancers a lot. I think really that's what developed the car anyway. So without the Lancer, we would not have the Evo. But after 3 years of owning the car, I did learn a few things about the car. They're not all created equal. For one, not all of them are gonna have projector headlights. Some of them have just regular reflectors. Not all of them are gonna have the lip kit with the side skirts and the rear lip, or the spoiler. I'm not sure when they stopped putting recars in the Evo. I think maybe the 2015s, but the older Evos for the most part have Recaro seats, and some of the newer Evos do not have Recaro seats. And once you're inside the car, this is what it looks like. Not all the Evos, by the way, have the Rockford Fosgate sound system. It does make a difference. Unless you end up putting an aftermarket radio, then it really doesn't matter. And then the older Evos have navigation. I think they did away with them in the newer models. They just have a regular radio and aux, because they do have Bluetooth, but it's only for phone calls. So I ended up hooking this up to it. You just turn it on and it lets you pair your phone. Well, it's plugged into your aux. As far as power goes and performance, they all have the same horsepower, except for the final edition Evo that they made. That one has, I think, maybe 10 extra horsepower. I don't remember. Now, this is what it looks like under the hood. Mine has just bolt-ons. And my car has been really reliable, but I've read that a lot of people blow up their 2008s and 2010s, 2008, 2009, 2010 Evo 10s. And a lot of it has to do because these years have very weak timing chains, and they were revised in 2011. So I'm fortunate enough that mine has a newer timing chain already installed. I'll show you guys here in a second what that looks like. If you end up getting a model that's a 2008, 2009, or 2010, it's highly recommended that you change the timing chain to avoid any issues, especially if it has bolt-ons or if you plan on putting bolt-ons on the car. Now, another thing you must know if you're in the market for the Evo is don't be alarmed if you see this light on the car. Not that one I just need air, but that one right there. That's the all-wheel drive light. Luckily on these cars, the AYC pump fails. I don't know if mine failed. Mine tends to come on after 5 minutes, sometimes maybe after 10. It doesn't come on right away every time, so maybe it's a sensor, maybe it's the oil. I really don't know. I haven't messed with it since it came on. It really just came on, I think, late last year. I think a lot of people are taken back by the light and they think the all-wheel drive does not work on the car, when in reality the all-wheel drive does work on the car. You're just running an open diff, so you can drive the car to pretty much any extent that you need to. The only difference is that if you're taking the car like in a road course or anything like that, when the AYC pump fails, then it doesn't know which wheel to send more power to when you're turning. But for the most part, you can drive this car anywhere and everywhere and you're not going to have an issue with it. And then if you get annoyed from looking at that, you can just do this. But if that were to be working, you could change the different drive modes over here. Here, I'll show you guys. So if the AYC pump were to be good, you could just use this. Oh, and change the modes: tarmac, gravel, snow. And this would be on your screen. So as you're turning, let's say to the right, the differential in the middle would tell your right wheel that it needs more power, so it would send more power to that wheel, so that way you can go around a corner faster. But if you're simply looking for one to drive every day, have fun with it, do whatever you're going to be doing to it, then that light really shouldn't deter you from driving one. It's more of an annoyance of seeing it every day, but for the most part you're not going to notice a huge difference unless you're pushing the car to its limits, which I have lowering springs right now and I don't really get any body roll like I did with the stock suspension, so I really can't tell too much of a difference. I did drive the car before that light came on, so I do remember the way the car felt then, but I don't feel anything different at all. I'm sure it does make a difference, but it's nothing that noticeable that you're gonna feel in everyday driving. As far as reliability goes with the Evo, they're very reliable, you know, as long as you get your timing chain changed in case you're planning on putting bolt-ons and doing a lot of pulls on the car. But if you're just going to be driving it every day, I think they're pretty reliable for the most part. I've seen some of these cars selling with 190,000 miles, a lot of them with 170, 180,000 miles, and they're running without any issues. And you got to figure, you know, these cars in other countries, I think in the UK, some of these came with like 400 horsepower from the factory. So to push 290 or 280, whatever they do here in the US stock, that's not really a whole lot than what they can really withstand. What I would recommend doing if you buy one is just make sure you do your oil changes, you know, every 2,000 miles, 2,500 miles. Don't let it get to 3 or don't let it get to 5,000 miles. Oil pretty much is the life of the engine. All right guys, we got the GoPro on now. After 3 years, the only other thing I would say about the car is that you really don't get bored of it. I'm gonna regret selling it if I do sell it. The car is a really well-rounded car. It's fast when you need it to be fast. It has 4 doors, it has all-wheel drive, it has a nice sound system. It looks really nice, it's aggressive. I think I'm just ready for something different. I just don't know what, and I really think I'm gonna have regrets once I sell it. So one more thing I'm going to show you guys before we end today's video is the 0 to 60 time. I know that's something a lot of people search for, 0 to 60 times, quarter-mile times. So a while back I took a couple videos of the Evo doing a 0 to 60, so I'll show you guys that here in a second. But if you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to comment down below, and let's pull off right here and show you guys a quick clip. Think the 0 to 60 time was. I think it was 4.5 seconds. I think that's pretty fair. But I hope that answered a lot of questions for you guys if you guys are in the market for the Evo, or if you just wanted to learn a little bit more about them. But if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, and if I still have the car in a few weeks, I am going to be making more videos about the car. And stay tuned for the next video. I should be having another video of the Prelude and of the S2000. And as always, thanks again for watching. Bye.